Alright guys, today what we're going to look at is how you change fractions to decimals and vice versa. So two different things that you're going to want to look at. And when I'm doing these, we did these last year. If I was your math teacher last school year, we wrote fraction and then we'd write decimal over here. Okay, so we're going to convert fractions to decimals. So I'm going to start with fractions. Let's start with 3 over 5. To change that to a decimal, you have to take the top number, 3, divided by 5. So 3 divided by 5. And if you put that in your calculator, you get 0.6. So you can write 0.6 or just put 0.6. These are the same. Okay? So let's try another one. Let's try 4 over 25. So if I do 4 over 25 and bring up my calculator so you can see what I do, I'm going to type in 4 divided by 25 and I get 0.16. Okay, if you look there, I get 0.16, but I can just put 0.16. I don't need the 0. All right, let's try 9 divided by 20. 9 over 20, that's a fraction, 9 over 20. So I'm going to clear this, and I take 9 divided by 20, and I get 0.45. Okay, how about if I have negative 1 over 8? So that's the same. I take 1 divided by 8, and I get 1.125, but it's negative, so I'm going to make my answer negative 0.125, or you can just have negative 0.125. Okay, let's try 6 over 15. So I'm going to clear. In my calculator, I put the top number, so 6 divided by 15 equals 0.4. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. What about 2/3? All right, this one's a little bit different. I take 2 divided by 3. I get 0.666666. So when I have that repeating, I have to put a bar. So I get 0.6 repeating like that. So when you have sixes, you have to put the bar over there. Okay? So if I do 1 over 6, that fraction, and I clear, and I take 1 divided by 6, I get point. See how I have a 1 and then a whole bunch of 6's? So that one I write as 0.16 and the line, but the line only goes over the 6, not over the 1. Okay, because the 6 is repeating, not the 1. Okay, and now they're going to give you some harder ones. They're going to give you problems that are like 3 and 4/5. Well, before you can do this one, you need to be able to change it. So I'm going to change that. I'm going to make this, remember I take 3 or 5 times 3 is 15 plus 4 is 19 over 5. Okay, and then I change it to a decimal. So then I get the calculator and I take 19 divided by 5, 3.8. 3.8. All right, so let's see if I have 2 and 3 over 8. So I take 2 times 8, these two, 16 plus 3, so I get 19 over 8. And then I'm going to use the calculator, and I take 19 divided by 8, and I get 2.375. See, 2.375 when I multiply. If I have a negative, negative 1 and 3 over 5, That means my answer is going to be negative. And I still do the same thing. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. So I get negative 8 over 5. And I take 8 divided by 5. And I get negative because I have a negative. So my answer is negative 1.6. Okay. Now something else you have to do today is you have to put things in order again. Order from least to greatest. And actually you also have to be able to use less than, greater than, or equal also. Okay, so this and this, two different things. All right, so I'm going to give you two fractions. 7 over 8 and 5 over 6. And if you're going to order them, you have to use less than, greater than, or equal. What you want to do is change to a decimal. All right, so 7 over 8, 7 divided by 8 is 0.875. So 0.875. And then the other one, this one here, is 5 divided by 6. You get 0.83 repeating with the line. Okay? So which one is bigger? Well, they both have 0.8, but this one has a 7 next. So since this one has a 7 next, this one is greater. If you have 0.04 and 5 over 9, and you want to know less than, greater than, or equal. This one is already a decimal. It is okay. I need to change this one. 5 divided by 9 is 0.5 repeating, and this one is 0.04. Well, which one is bigger? This one has a 0 and this one has a 5. So that means this one is much bigger. Okay, what about if I have 2.1 and 2.1 repeating, we'll say, and 2 and 1/10. This one is harder. So once again, you want to say less than, greater than, or equal. So 2 and 1/10, that would be 10 times 2, 20, plus 1, so you get 21 over 10. 21 divided by 10 is 2.1. So you have 2.1 and you have 2.1 repeating. They are not equal. What happens is this one is like saying 2.111111111, and this one is saying 2.100000000. So which one is bigger? Well, they both have 2 and they both have a 1, but this one has a 0 and this one has a 1, so this one is a very little bit bigger. Okay, that's it. Do the quiz next.